Share. Alright, that was really awkward. My phone just fell off the stand because I broke my phone thing. Now that we're 20 seconds in, I don't know. Can I edit this? Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Just Casual Vlogs. I think it's actually episode 89. Again, I'm still like contemplating if I want to change the name for these because again, this is more of a diary edition. As you can tell, I keep trying to switch up where I'm filming. So right now I'm filming in my dining room / kitchen right behind me. Just so, I don't know, change the backdrop. But yeah, I'm going live. It'll be really cool to see if anyone jumps in. But I am doing this at like 8 in the morning. So I don't expect people to be doing this. I just want to switch it up, play around with live, see what it's all about, see what happens. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, again, this is more of a documenting rather than creating, so I just want to talk about what I've done in the last, today's Thursday, what I did on Wednesday. And as you can see from the title of this, things take a lot of time. It's kind of ridiculous, and I kind of think about all the people that do it for volunteer work and even getting paid to do it full time, how you really need to be good at it because there's a lot of time into executing, editing, social media, whatever. And that's what I've been pushing a lot more. As I've told you guys, I'm trying to specialize a little more and trying to align my goals more towards becoming a creative producer, creative director. And yeah, I think that's my like 10-year goal or 5-year goal. I'm not really sure how long it'll take. But it's interesting. Oh, this pen is vibrating too much. It's really interesting because I'm trying to become an expert in content and expert in social media, so I've been diving more into those things. And I can start to see where everyone is taking their shortcuts, right? And unfortunately, this is kind of how businesses are run or how organizations with limited resources have to run, where it's, hey, I have a little bit of your time and I can't pay you for it. So we're going to just do the thing that gives you the most bang for your buck, right? So what that means is what you're going to do is you're going to schedule all your tweets and we're going to make the same template for every single X team. We are facing X team. We won against this team. We lost against this team. And make everything the same and just kind of like blasting out banners. And when I did my social media audit on Monday, I think it was Monday, I was like, oh, wow, all these social media accounts are kind of doing it wrong on Twitter. They have tons of followers, and every now and then you get a great tweet, but I really think most people just skip through it because they don't want to see Cloud9 131 in CSGO when I don't follow CSGO. G2 got a Rocket League thing when I don't play Rocket League anymore. Like, I just don't think this is super valuable to a lot of people. And you can see that because every now and then, especially when it comes to like League of Legends, you'll see a tweet that gets like 50 likes or favorites, but then you don't see any engagement. And the only type of engagement you see are people arguing about things or like fanatic fans, not fanatic as in a team, but fanatic as in the adjective. Fans just like talking about things like, yeah, let's do it, you know, or like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. And that's the thing. That's what Twitter's supposed to be for. Twitter is supposed to be for engaging and having conversations, and just brands aren't doing that like at all. They're not doing it right, and it's because doing it right takes so much time. And yesterday what I decided to do was we recorded the NA and EU podcast for Eye of the Watchers on Monday night. All right, so Tuesday I woke up early and I'm like, I've had a new goal in trying to keep my evenings pretty much as free as possible now, and just using like the general work day to work, like from 8 to 5, 8 to 4 really. And that's why I've been trying to wake up at 6:30 so I can kind of start my day off at like 7:30 and work until 4 when my wife comes home, because she comes home a bit early, like at 4:30 or so. And sometimes I need to prepare dinner for us, really early dinner for us too. So just timing is a little weird. Anyway, with that, where was I going? Uh, so yeah, I spent all day, like 8 hours. Actually, I did more because my wife had to go to some church thing in the evening. So I had another 2 hours where I was doing some community games. But before I was doing community games, I was still doing some editing. And pretty much what I have to do is I decided that YouTube is not the best place for podcasts that are long form and you don't have a following already. And I would say that I don't really have a following. Even though I do have a following from Lola, I don't think a lot of that following is interested in what I have to talk about when it comes to LOL esports. I think that's the audience that I want to convert, so maybe I need to leverage that a little better. But yeah, unless you're in Monte Cristo, unless you're, part of Riot Studio, Riot Games, like their casting team that does like the Dive and the Euphoria podcast, like they're just no one wants to sit there and watch a long form of content, and it shows because on our podcast, our stats are great. We're getting like 50 downloads right away and 100 people listening to it, and it's growing. But when it comes to YouTube, where the marketplace actually is, we're not seeing those numbers. We're not seeing that we have 50 subscribers or 40 subscribers. No, I think 50 subscribers, 52 or something like that. And we're not seeing that much engagement, and we're not, even though we have like 300 views or 100 views, a lot of those aren't subscribers, so we're not hooking people. And then when it comes to audio, it's more important than subscribers and views are the viewing time. And the viewing time's not that great. We have maybe like 20 people stick out. So what that tells me is that one, we are doing our SEO right. I'm doing our titles right. I'm doing our tags right. I'm doing just getting people to watch it is pretty good. It's not 1,000, but it's something, right? We're posting on social media, so Mandy has been helping with that, but I did a lot of that last night as well, posting on Reddit and actually getting time banned or something because I've been posting too often, too frequently. So what I've realized is that, so when it comes to what my goal was, take an hour-long podcast, 40-minute podcast, and actually break it down into like subject matter. So one, every single video or every single segment can have pretty much one focus or keyword. So for example, the EU podcast was split up into 5 segments. The first one being recap of the first semifinal games, the second semifinal games, predictions for the third place match, and the predictions for the fourth place match, and who the EU LCS MVP will be. So those are 5 different subjects. That means each of those 5 things will have a different keyword, like EU MVP, G2 versus Fnatic, Vitality versus Splice versus G, like just whatever. And then also like predictions or semifinals recap. So basically each video is its own little thing, because what ends up happening is I feel like you click on a video that's like, oh, this is enticing, then you see, hey, this is 60 minutes long. I don't know who this guy behind the camera is. He's taking a little bit too long because he's not like a professional yet, and he doesn't know exactly how to play the system and do the YouTube stuff. He's just putting out content just to put out content, which is a good thing. Everyone needs to start somewhere. And I mean, I put myself in that boat as well. I'm not a super, super great host. I'm not really, really clean and moving along conversations very professionally, more casually, yes. So people don't stick around for those videos that long. We see retention just drop right away. We lose like half of our viewers in the first 30 seconds, and then we lose all of them by like halfway through. So cutting it down into something small where it's like, you can listen to this for 7 minutes, that is the way to do it, right? And that took a lot of time. I could have edited the podcast and been done in, like, realistically, I could take the raw file of the audio and put it out there in podcast format, and it'll take me 10 minutes from ripping the audio, putting some post-processing, cleaning up stuff, and then uploading. All that time could take like within 10 minutes. Instead, what I do is I've been listening to the whole episode, taking notes of things, because what I want to do is eventually like tweet out like key points that we talked about during these videos. And then I segmented each video and then gave each video its own end card to lead to the next segment of the video. And then also marking spots where I want to take out clips for social media. So that's been just taking a lot of time. Like, it took me 8 hours and I didn't make social media clips. And I at least did start posting on Reddit. Like, I went to every single subreddit of each team that we talked positively about in the segment, so the teams that won, and then dropped the link to that segment in there. And I think this is the right way to go. And we've been seeing, like, we're not seeing crazy views, but without I think one of the big things is that our suggested view count, a lot of our views came from suggested views, and one of those is from an account called the Shot Callers eSports or Shot Callers, and it looks like they're not doing anything anymore. So we lost a lot of our suggested views because the traffic was dependent on someone else. So really pushing more onto Reddit. I think I don't need to sell to people. It's easy to sell to people that want that content. So I just need to find that audience and sell to that specific audience. So pretty much doing the right thing takes a ton of time. When it comes to social media, so many people are doing it wrong, and I get it, because it's probably the most bang for your buck, or to hit those to check those boxes that everyone needs, right? It's not really I don't think it's really for the long-term growth or really understanding what the platform is all about, but it's to be like, I made cool graphics to post on Twitter that looks nice and makes our Twitter look professional. No. It's for our Instagram stories. I'm making sure that people see things every now and then. It's so that, I mean, I think people are doing it right on Instagram. I don't think people are doing it right on Twitter. Twitter is supposed to be about conversations, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, how to do that with my content, and it's taking a lot more time. And that also means that I'm kind of laying off on the hosting part, because again, I think my career focus is being like a creative director and a social media manager. I like content, and I believe people aren't making content for social media. So social media still falls under my skills, and I actually want to be really good at it, because that just means, ooh, sorry about that phone vibrating. That must have been really loud. So that is my direction. That's what I'm trying to push, and I need to start aiming all my focus on doing that, so I can do this faster, so I can get a job. And speaking of which, I probably should have an update coming out soon about just some plans for the future and what my commitment to esports might be looking like in the next few months. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what would be super useful if you guys would grace me with your opinions and your attention, especially if you've watched this long. What kind of content do you guys want to see from your favorite brands on social media? Like, what kind of stuff do you like to see? What kind of stuff haven't you seen that you want to? Whether realistic or not, because I think even the crazy ideas could be turned into something realistic, and some crazy ideas actually are not crazy and just need to be executed correctly. So let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your ears if you're watching. And yeah, here goes another episode. We went live. No one showed up. That's really unfortunate. Maybe I'll try to do these like during lunch. I don't really know. Then people can comment and I can talk to you guys. That'd be cool. All right. Peace. I don't know how to stop this thing.